What's up, everybody? We're back in the garage. Today we're going to install the mini split. I was going to have somebody come and install it, but unfortunately they were flaking out, so figured I'd just order everything on Amazon, make a video about it, and do it myself. So today we're going to try to get a majority of it done. So the first thing we have to do is we need to put the wall unit inside and then the outdoor unit up. So the kit comes with pretty much everything you need to get it hung up, but to get it actually installed and hooked up, you're going to need a few things. So some of this stuff has already arrived, some of it I'm still waiting on it from Amazon. You're going to need some conduit to go from your breaker and some Romex to go from your breaker to the box as well. And then I have a bracket, I'll put a picture of it so I can hang it up on the wall outside and get it off the ground. And then also you're going to need some PVC covering to cover the line set that's coming out of the house and down to the outside unit. So that should be a majority of what we need. The unit actually comes with the bracket to hang it up on the wall on the inside. So the first thing I'm going to do is mount that. Then we're going to drill the hole to the outside and then go from there. So yeah, so let's get started. So pretty easy to hang the bracket. If you ever hung a TV or anything on the wall, this is a lot easier. Ideally, you'd like to get into some studs. If you can't get into the studs, then you can just drill some anchors into the wall. The unit isn't too heavy and it's not going to be pulled on or tugged on, so you shouldn't need anything too secure to get it onto the wall. So let's get started. Alright, so the bracket's on the wall. The indoor unit just hooks on top of that and slides down, so let's see how it looks. So there it is, the inside unit is hung on the wall, which is probably the easiest part, but yeah, so now the easy part's done. Now to get on to the hard part. So the wall behind this is block, so we're gonna have to drill through this wall and then drill through the block behind it. So that should be challenging. I do have a concrete hole saw, so that should help us out. And then we gotta kinda have to figure out how to run the power and everything to it. So stay tuned. All right, so I got the unit back up off the wall. And so on the front of it, your unit might be a little bit different, but you're gonna open this hood here, and it should give you access to the electrical panel. So on mine, it has all the directions on how to wire it up. Yours might be different, so just make sure you pay attention to that. But run the wire back through the back, and so I want to kind of figure out how high I'm going to mount the outdoor unit. So that's why I'm figuring out the wiring and the line set first, and then I'll drill the hole on the behind the bracket and figure out the PVC from there. So that's the next step. So I got super lucky and I made it through on both sides of the concrete pretty much perfectly. So that's to the outside. So there's some rebar that's kind of going through it, but I'm not too worried about it. So we'll just run the lines around that. And yeah, so now I think the hardest part is over, thankfully. So all we have left is to run the electrical and hook up the two units to each other, so stay tuned. Alright, so this is the outside. We got the hole. I'm going to put it around this corner in the backyard because I have just enough line set to do that. So, sorry if you guys can't hear me, the other ACs are running, but I got the wall bracket, so I'm going to mount it right here on this wall, and then I'll run to the hardware store to get the stuff to run the power for the 220 plug. Alright, so the other day my camera died and I got some stuff done, but I didn't end up finishing it. So far we have this mounted on the wall, so that's staying there. And then if we go around to the other side, we have the lines all hooked up. So I'm going to fill this with spray foam insulation. And then I ran these lines. So this is the power to the outdoor unit and the condenser line. So these are all hooked up. So this part is done. I got this hung up on the wall like that. So now it's hidden. and then I have a PVC cover that's going to cover these lines. So I'm going to spray this with spray foam and then put the PVC pipe or PVC cover all along there, and then I'll have this poke out and I'll trim down the drain line, and then this is the power, so I need a 220 plug. So I think I'm probably actually going to hire an electrician, since the box is right over around that corner, just to run conduit and a plug right here into a waterproof box, and then that way I can just plug it here. I won't need a disconnect because I can just unplug this if I need to work on it, and that's it. So alright, we're in the home stretch. So I've got the PVC cover on. All we have left is to do the 220 plug, and then we can release the Freon into the system and get some AC in the garage. So I don't know how much of the 220 install I'll film, but it's pretty simple. Just gonna run probably 10 or 12 gauge wire from the box to over there to a waterproof plug, and then plug it in. So nothing too crazy there, but I'll show you guys the finished product when it's done. Alright, so the garage is a mess right now, but I wanted to finalize this mini split install video as there was a couple of delays with it. But so we have it up on the wall. So this is the actual unit that cools the inside of the garage, and so you have this remote that controls it, so it'll kick on. So we have the conduit coming out of the breaker box here, and it follows the solar panel conduit, and then it pops over here to an in-use outdoor box, and then the indoor unit plugs in here. And then I know it's kind of a mess. I filled it with some spray foam, but we're going to paint the house anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we have the drain line here for the condensation, then we have the power that goes here, and then we have the PVC that runs along here. And so this is the outdoor unit, so it's pretty quiet. It's much quieter than my other units, but we got it mounted on the wall. We wrapped up the line set and everything, and it came out pretty good. So the unit's on right now. It's super quiet. The outdoor unit's pretty quiet. It's a block wall, so I can't hear that. The only thing that gets going is these fans, but these fans take the cold air and they push them out towards the rest of the garage. So very happy with the install. Makes a huge difference in the summertime. So yeah, I totally recommend. I got this off of eBay for I think $600 or $700. It's 1.5 tons. So it makes a huge difference in making it bearable to work in here when it's like 115 outside. So yeah, I'll give you guys a full tour of all the work I've done in my garage. There's still a lot to do. We still have to paint. I want to take down a lot of this pegboard and stuff, fix up the cabinets. Obviously I have a lot of cleaning to do, but I'll do a full tour of the garage here pretty soon, and walk you guys through my G-Wagon. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm just really trying to show you love. Say you tired and you need a new love.